Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it is politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On tonight's convo, y'all, we got a lot to talk about. We're kind of all around the place when it comes to topics today. I want to share a little bit of the recent backlash that late night host comedian Jimmy Kimmel is facing. Why? Because he continues to want to irritate and upset the bear, upset the leader of the free world. He continues to pick at Donald Trump, and this time, I mean, look, Jimmy is he really is pushing it, in my opinion, and it could possibly be like Dunzo. Like, in my honest opinion, I think he could be done from ABC. Also, North Carolina Democratic Party loses yet another long time elected official. We'll talk a little more on that in the show. Also, I want to talk I want to talk a little more about this is kind of like the post of what occurred on April 25th, the weekend, the White House Correspondents Dinner that occurred, where sadly a shooting had happened. A gunman, what's the word I'm looking for? Crashed the event. He was reprimanded. An officer was shot, but he had a bulletproof vest on, so he received some minor injuries from that. But it has a lot of folks shaken up, and really just a lot of folks also asking, how the hell could this happen? Why was security tight like it normally is? Why is this continuing to happen to Trump? Because there's speculations that his alternative motive was to gun down the president. And it's a shame. I've said, shared it on the show before. I don't care who it is, because you do not agree with, well, for one, you shouldn't take a life at all. It's wrong. It's disgusting. And it's against the law. And it's sad that exists in our society. But also, political violence should not be ever in existence in society. I don't care about the whole, their politics. No. Look, I'm a person where I'm friends with folks that I agree with. I'm friends with folks that I disagree with. And I'm friends with folks where folks could be like, how can you be friends with a person you guys don't agree politically at all? Well, at the end of the day, that's their opinion. That's their right. They have their right to believe, or they have their own values. I have mine. Respect my opinion. As long as you respect it, then we're cool. But to notice that because we have different beliefs, that could cost a life, that's disgusting. And so that event has had so many different headlines, things people are kind of pinpointing or picking out of some viral clips that have been questionable, and some that have been humorous, some that have been sad. There's a lot to discuss on that. Also, a soldier, DOJ recently arrested a soldier who made a bet after capturing, I believe it was Venezuela's leader Maduro, and Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, and the soldier allegedly pocketed more than $400,000. So he has been arrested, and for betting on his removal from office. We're gonna talk about it and some more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, my friends, thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule for tuning in to yet another great convo here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Uh, we drop new episodes Mondays through Fridays, weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that's iHeart, Spotify, Apple, just to name a few. We're available on all major podcast platforms. You can also check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on Goatverse TV. For those who are watching, you see the logo right there in the top corner, Goatverse TV, where you can download the app on your iPhone, or you can download the app on your Google Play Store if you happen to be an Android user. You can also download it on Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Excuse me, I had something stuck in my throat there. In addition to that, you can also listen to us on the radio airwave. Shout out to our affiliates, KSHP 1400 AM or 107.1 FM, Las Vegas. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Again, that's only on KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM, Las Vegas. Then we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM, where you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that's only on WDJY 99.1 FM. Straight talk. And then lastly, we're going to head over to New Orleans to WBOK 1230 a.m., where you can listen in Monday through Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 1230 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about. All righty, now that we got that going on, family, do me a huge favor for those who are watching or at least listening. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Arrington Gavin Show. We have a goal to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and with your help, we continue to see more and more growth each and every day. We grow, I would say, about a few subscribers a day on average, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but we got to keep that momentum going. We need to grow that number a little larger. So if you don't mind, continue to support independent media and just local, not your local, but independent content that is made to bring positivity to the world. Support. All I ask is to simply just hit subscribe. You can, and if you're watching this video, give us a thumbs up. It helps with our algorithm. All righty, family. Now that I had that, how's everyone's evening going on? I hope it is going great. I had a wonderful evening today. Met with my trainer. Had a great workout, and it was funny because we had such a great I love to have conversation with everybody, and I'm either a conversation starter, or if a conversation is starting, it ends up being so like good and engaging. So my trainer is a huge fan of Kanye West, or Ye. He goes by Ye. He's a big fan of Kanye West, and I told him, because he asked for my opinion, I said, I'll be honest, I can't stand Kanye West. I do not like the grounds that Joker walks on. I'm not a fan. And he's like, dang, why are you not a fan? And I'm like, simple. He has never, in my opinion, brought out, well, for one, I don't think he brings positivity to society, to this world. I think for as successful as he is, I wish he could use his platform for good things and not things that he has been caught up in the past years. Okay. I acknowledge that, hey, he came out with an apology at the beginning of the year. It's cool, but I don't think that apology was authentic personally. It's always a motive. Why now? Why? And then on top of that, apology was on social media. I mean, give me a break, dude. And so he comes out, new music, new venue, and he's literally getting banned from different countries due to his stances, his anti-Semitic stances, him saying so many offensive things. Again, that was towards the Jewish community, to just individuals in general. I mean, this Joker was like, slavery was a choice. What? Are you kidding me, dude? And I don't want to hear that. Well, he was diagnosed. He was this and that. All of a sudden, now he's starting to acknowledge that. Oh yeah, I was diagnosed. No, he is a very intelligent man when it comes to his music. He is a very intelligent man when it comes to his writing. But he knows exactly what he does. He is the sum of his own decisions. And the rhetoric that has come out of his mouth in the last years, to me, I'm like, I I'm not a fan. But I told him, which I shared here on the show a while back. I think sometimes we kind of give a higher pedestal to music artists where we give them the freedom to kind of do whatever. And what I mean by that is how many times we've heard artists get involved in some controversial things. Okay, yes, you let it die down for a little bit, people will forget about it. They come out with a new song, a new album, they're back to being on top of the world. It's an ongoing cycle. It's an ongoing cycle. Not saying everybody's perfect, because we're all not perfect. We're all not perfect people. And we all should be, if we ask for an apology, everybody should be forgiven and give second chances. But I think when, look, there's still folks that adore R. Kelly. There's a lot of folks that think R. Kelly's innocent. Okay. There's a lot of folks that are going to still continue to play R. Kelly's music. There's still a lot of folks that are going to continue to play Diddy's music. There's still a lot of folks that's going to continue to play Kanye West's music, obviously, because the man made $33 million in 2 nights. 2 nights. So there's folks that idolize this individual, and then there's also the group that enjoys certain, songs can kind of just pass by because it's like, oh, if it has a good beat, you're gonna find it catchy. And then so it's a lot. So we had that conversation going on, and which, I mean, again, it wasn't out to hurt his feelings. I just told him, like, man, I gave him my reason why I couldn't care. I don't care for Kanye West. Now that's one thing. What else happened today? And then on top of that, man, just the price of tickets. Lord have mercy. My wife and I, we're gonna see a few concerts later in the coming years. I know my wife and I were gonna catch oh Lord. We're catching a Bruno Mars concert because he has a new tour. I know Leon Thomas is a part of this tour, who's a newly crowned Grammy winner. Damn, who else? It's like 2 other artists, I believe, that's a part. I think Anderson .Paak is going to be on this concert tour with Bruno. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing him. In addition to that, we're going to see Teddy Swims. All right, shout out to Teddy Swims, very soulful voice. And then we're also going to see Usher and Chris Brown. All huge, big concerts, right? We're fortunate to have worked hard to afford the tickets. I'll be very honest, it kills me to see us spend money on these tickets. But one thing my wife and I, we love doing is enjoying an experience together, right? A moment that is like, wow, this is like a once in a lifetime thing. I remember when we first we had through a friend, right? Through a good contact, we had got courtside seats, right? Our very first time at a basketball game sitting courtside. Oh, it was it was an experience that we as hardworking people could never forget. And then fast forward, going to different shows or comedy shows, concerts. I mean, we enjoyed those moments together. Something that we can always go back and have a story to tell and all that good stuff. So but I just told her, I said, you know what? It kills me to see that I'm looking at these price of these tickets. And I know that there's folks out there that is probably back on their rent, back on other things. They will sell a kidney to get a ticket to these people. I mean, like, the where we idolize these musical artists, and I'm just like, bro, like, they're human beings. It's music. But I understand, because sometimes music is that escape from people that might be going through something really, really bad, right? They might hate their job, they might hate their life, they might hate their marriage. And it's just like, sometimes I just want to get away and go to a good concert and enjoy myself just for this one night. So I get it, right? Long story short, musical artists, they have that kind of power. They have that power. And I hope for artists, whether they're indie artists or, signed artists with large platforms, I hope if they're listening, just understand, like, the platform that they have So I commend musical artists from getting involved in, you know, philanthropic issues, political issues, community initiatives. I appreciate them from at least showing and understanding that how of a big of a platform they have. Just wanted to throw that out there, y'all. Just wanted to throw that out there. All righty, let's go ahead, my friends. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere and do not change that dial. We'll be right back.
What's up, y'all? Welcome now.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, this that new Goat Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of the app he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
People age 65 and older are at high risk of injury, especially from falls and car crashes. But older adults can take steps to stay safe from injury and be independent longer. Tell your doctor if you have fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking. Learn more about preventing falls and aging without injury at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
6'10", number one pick, 16 seasons, College Player of the Year, All-Rookie Standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolves. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
All right, my friends, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. So let's get started first with some entertainment news. If you have not been involved in what has been going on, and I really don't like talking about like celebrity relationships and all that stuff. I find it kind of like not important, but this one, it just raises so many eyebrows and other debates within this convo. So I don't know if y'all heard, but music superstar Meg Thee Stallion and her boyfriend, NBA star Klay Thompson, breaks up, right? And we were honestly, America, even myself, I thought, okay, they're a perfect couple. I'm thinking they were perfect match, perfect age, both very successful. I believe they purchased a home together, if I'm not mistaken, or at least living together. I don't know if they purchased it together, but they were living together. And I mean, she was cooking Thanksgiving with food, and the whole family was. I'm like, you were like, okay, they're looking like a cute couple. They're in that puppy dog stage, right? And I'm like, okay, wish them all well. right? I love seeing, young love, especially when you both are equally as successful. Maybe one might be a little more, but I like seeing it. Anyways, Meg Thee Stallion went on social media blasting Clay because she accused him of cheating, and that's why they broke up. And she went on to kind of vent and go off on social media like that's where everybody needs to go tell their personal business, which is kind of annoying. But then, fast forward, Klay Thompson accuses her of cheating on him, and what he did was respond to her cheating, and it's just like back and forth, back and forth. And I think I posted on social media sharing that, you know what, I think lesson learned was that they both should be single. Okay, they both did not are not ready for committed relationships and or commitment in general, but they should not. Yeah, it sucked, but I think realistically they're not ready for commitment. You don't, if someone does that to you, you don't respond with that. Again, two wrongs don't make a right. But that continued to be like a back and forth, back and forth. And we will never know who's telling the truth. I mean, we know about Meg Thee Stallion's relationship past and it never worked out, so not saying she's the reason. I'm not saying I'm not on any other team. I don't know who's telling the truth, right? But it's just it's a shame that obviously this is going to be in front of everybody's eyes to to garner a debate, and it's just going to be a hindrance obviously too on Clay's career, being a distraction. He's an NBA star. You got to have very strong focus in order to win games, and then Meg Thee Stallion is making music and this and any other. But I will say for music artists, breakups are very profitable. Okay, ask Taylor Swift, who has made a song about every 25 of her breakups she's had in her young life. It's interesting, but it's became very profitable. But the debate about posting your man or not rages on. So this is reported by the Griot. Says here that Meg Thee Stallion went all in on love publicly. Right now, the internet wants to debate whether that was her mistake. Every few months, like clockwork, the internet circles back to the same question: should you post your significant other? And in recent weeks, courtesy of Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's very public split, social media has reignited the age-old debate, with some users citing it as a reason to never post a man. And I guess that goes for men to say not post your lady. And somebody on social media, here's a few just posts I'm reading here. I don't care if you met him Sunday evening, post him Sunday eveninger. Privately dating doesn't save you from anything, and all the reasons you're told to be private about your love life is the very mechanism that allows men and their violence against us to run rampant. Another individual said, reasons why I don't post men y'all are embarrassing. Let me see here. It says here in July of 2025, the Savage rapper shocked fans when she teased a budding romance with Thompson in a Instagram carousel. Shortly after, fans began noticing similarities between the two's Instagram posts. Megan and Thompson confirmed their relationship when walking the red carpet together at the non-profit organization Pete and Thomas Foundation inaugural gala. Since then, both the rapper and the NBA player have been open about sharing glimpses of their relationship on social media. In fact, Megan was especially open about sharing how happy she was and then described as her soft girl era. Even recently, songs like Love Girl. Okay. Here's my thing with this. Folks have the right to do whatever they want to, as far as if they want to post their relationships. It is it's a common thing where, at least I can speak for as guys. If a dude is, if I'm going back to like when I was in college, right? My friends, if one of us is talking to somebody, we're not gonna say who it is, before we really get serious, or or not post publicly. I would say like that. Sometimes you don't even tell them who you talking to for a minute, or sometimes you definitely don't post anything on social media. Why? Well, because for one, I could just speak on a college campus. She could be talking to other people. You could also be talking to other people because you're not in a committed relationship. So you're trying to get to know folks, and you don't want to put stuff out in the open or on social media. So now outside folks are in your business saying, well, such and such, and you don't want that. Or also, sometimes you got to watch your friends' motives. And it's sad to say it because you think, some folks you always assume you can trust, but there's some sneaky people out there. Come on now. You don't tell, you have to wait until you committed. Now, as for celebrities, I think, and this is just my conspiracy, I think celebrities always have a motive because it's all about branding. Like I truly always in my head, I'm like, damn, how does this celebrity like how did they connect? How did this one connect? How did that one connect? Right? J-Lo dated almost every past relationship she had was a celebrity. Holly Berry, you name 'em. Celebrities normally date other celebrities. And in my mind, I'm like, how do they always just like happen to get in a relationship with another celebrity? Since most of the time, I'm like, okay, their publicists or managers connected to branding. What can come out of it, and that's my theory with that. Now, going back to this debate, people have the right to do whatever they want to. If they think that this is serious, go ahead. Post away. Do what you want. You gotta have your internet haters hating against. Oh, they're so happy together. Oh, this and that. And then you also gotta have those that wanna holla. Okay. There's gonna temptation is always around, but also there's folks that want to break that happiness. There's always gonna be those folks that want to break away that happiness. Now there was an alleged individual that was on social media as far as for Klay Thompson. It was a lady who was in the WNBA, and that was all false, by the way. That was alleged, and she came out saying that's absolutely false. I was never, no, absolutely not, yada yada yada. Okay, boom, that ended. Now that still doesn't mean what Meg Thee Stallion said was false, and that doesn't mean what Klay said about Meg Thee Stallion was false. So we will never know. But again, going back to this, are you team, posting your relationship, showing all your love? Most folks are going to do that when they're, like I said, very much an item, or even engaged. My wife and I, we will post from time to time on social media, but most of the time our social media is our social media. We post our businesses, our brands, if we're out at an event or anything like that. But if my wife and I were at a concert or anywhere that's nice and it's like, oh, this is a good photo, yeah, we're gonna post it. We love each other. That's cool. Because sometimes that posting can help encourage those that see love do exist. That could be me one day. Okay, so again, I'm looking at all these, social media posts, and it's just like, that's why reasons why I don't post, man. Why do you not post, man? Why? I don't like why do you not post them? I scared you're gonna lose them. Like, you scared what's the deal? One thing I hate about Meg though is her oversharing on the socials. I wouldn't have given y'all all that. That is funny. But my thing is, why do folks care? Like, why do people care? Gosh, it's annoying. Another person said, this is why I'm scared to post a dude, because at the end of the day, they will always embarrass you. I mean, see, now this is this false crap going on. Okay. Again, first of all, their allegations, both of them cheat on each other, so we don't know who did it first. Two, you're going to have that community seem set. He was wrong. He a basketball player. When he was traveling, he cheated. Well, last time I checked, maybe traveling too. So it's all this is extremely comical, and this is kind of why I really don't share too much, but I gotta, lay it low, because we talk a lot of politics here. So I tried to change it up just a smidgen for you all today. But let's go ahead and digress from the whole Meg and Clay conversation. And I want to share briefly, I want to stay in the world of entertainment, but this is actually a sports related story. So Diego Pavia, former Vanderbilt quarterback, who was also, to my understanding, let me make sure I have it correct here before I move further into this. He was a finalist. He was a finalist in the Heisman finalist in the Heisman Trophy. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist. Excuse me, I was trying to get that out. Heisman Trophy finalist, and let me see here if I can find it. Good Lord. He was a runner-up in the Heisman voting to Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, who Fernando was drafted number 1 to the Las Vegas Raiders. Diego Pavia was, guess what, y'all? Y'all won't believe this. Undrafted in the this past year's NFL draft. Undrafted. Now, this man played at New Mexico Military Institute. Then from there went to New Mexico State. Then from there went to Vanderbilt. Journeyman. He won a national championship in the JUCO league, JUCO collegiate league. He was a Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award winner, SEC Newcomer of the Year, SEC Offensive Player of the Year. Okay, I mean, shoot. SEC Defensive Player of the Year in the past. I remember what's his name, Michael Sam. He was drafted 7th round, but he was drafted. And the controversy here, y'all, is the fact that he was the first Heisman finalist since Jordan Lynch in 2014 to go undrafted. I mean, wow. Recently though, he did accept an invite to attend a rookie minicamp for the Baltimore Ravens. And to see, I'm gonna see if I can put a face on it for you all. For those who are watching, there he is right here. And one thing, Diego definitely, has that big personality, right? He's meant to be a star. He's meant to be a big, like I said, big personality. Yeah, that's him during his years at I mean, look at those stats right there. SEC QB with 3,000 passing yards and 800 yards rushing in a season. Other QBs that did that? Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel, Dak Prescott, Jaden Daniels. Yet this guy was undrafted. So it gets me thinking, like, okay, what higher power in the NFL did he tick off? Right? Because I ain't never heard of such. I have never heard of a such. And it's so messed up because, you look at folks like Shedeur Sanders, son of NFL Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champ Deion Sanders. Shedeur was drafted. He was drafted very, very low. Where really Shedeur should not have been drafted. Shedeur should at least been top 3, in my opinion. Now I'm looking at Diego Pavilla's combine stats. By the way, this guy's 5'10", 207. 40-yard dash 4.84. They don't have his bench, but they just have his his 40-yard dash. But I look at this guy, and he was kind of, not arrogant, but he was a socialite. Like, he was front row at a UFC pay-per-view fight. I mean, he was like I said, a big personality. And if I can find, I want to see what round was Shedeur drafted under. He was drafted number 5. So really, Shedeur, in my opinion, should have been at least in the top 3. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a sports guy. But I should hit up some of my friends from the NFL circuit to get their take on this, because again, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. Something that will always be an ongoing conversation. Obviously, Diego's going to be competing with a big chip on his shoulder, because he's like, okay, I put in the work. I was a Heisman finalist, runner-up, okay, yet I was not drafted. So we'll see, because let's be honest, because I know a lot of Heisman Trophy winners that did not have successful careers. I mean, I mentioned one of them, Tim Tebow. Oh, well, actually 2. Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel, Matt Leinart, I believe, was a Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, there's folks that did not. RG3 was a hell of all of them were hell of athletes, by the way. But RG3 did not have the career that he probably didn't see that outcome that he wanted. So you could even say Cam at least made it to the Super Bowl. I will say that his final years sucked, but he was still that guy. Cam was that guy. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there for you all and talk a little bit about that. But now let's go ahead and fast forward to some politics. Yes, let's talk some politics. This is what I like to talk about. All right, so let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel continues to just he's continued to play the petty the petty role and tick off Trump so bad. And I mean, sometimes it's enjoyable, because it's like, hey, look, Trump brings it on himself, right? He really does, because he pokes fun at everybody else, and it's like when you return the favor, then he wants everybody to get fired, or they're a disgrace, or they're a very nasty individual. They're nasty, just nasty. Anyway, here's Jimmy Kimmel right here, poking fun at Trump. Really, it was too soon, because this was after the recent shooting that happened at the White House Correspondents Dinner. So here's Jimmy Kimmel, because at the recent Correspondents Dinner, they decided not to have a comedian kind of perform, because they've always had comedians perform at Correspondents Dinner, which is a tradition. Again, it's moments where when you have a comedian and he roasts everybody in the mainly the president, but people on his staff, X, Y, and Z. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. I'll just leave it at that. But let me go ahead and see if I can let you listen to this here.
Our First Lady Melania is here. Look at Melania, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow.
I mean, yeah, you heard it right there. Very, very, very Jimmy, you're pushing it, man. You're pushing it. And so let me go ahead and read you. You can kind of see a little bit there, but well, I'm not gonna read all what he said. But long story short, the president wants Disney and ABC to fire Jimmy Kimmel immediately following his joke, the expected widow joke. That is really, really, really. And you know what? I'll say it like this. Jimmy, I'm not like a big Jimmy Fallon fan. I don't tune into a show. I don't he will make me chuckle from time to time, but he's not my cup of tea as far as like humor. And I'm like, oh, I gotta tune into the Jimmy Kimmel show. I don't. But he's been in the game for a long time, very successful, right? But he has been very overly political. And he has, I mean, he has the right to do whatever he wants to his show. It's his show. But so many folks were defending him after he made the joke about well, he brought in oh man, what was it? He was making a joke about Trump, but he used the name of Charlie Kirk, who had recently, and this was after Charlie Kirk was sadly assassinated. And so when he brought that up, it's like, Jimmy, it was a little too soon. A little too soon. I think you know that's something you just need to extend for a long, because again, the family's still mourning. His fan base is still mourning. And you overlooking that to make a joke about Trump, okay, that's one thing, but so many folks was, you know, in support of Jim. Don't cancel Jimmy, because Jimmy's show was gonna he was suspended. That's what he was. He was suspended. And they were like, no, don't suspend Jimmy. This is not fair. This is, you know, not your it's against his amendment right, and this and that and the other. And so I'm like, well, they do have a point there. And again, so many comments and stuff that, you know, Trump has gone, you know, past. It's like, hey, look, what, you know, what's the I feel like, by the way, I'm over here looking at my screen here, and I'm like, I think I spelled toting wrong. Did I spell toting? No, actually, I think, okay, no, I spelled it right. Never mind. But really, he, you know, Jimmy is already dodged, you know, well, I guess that's bad words to say, but he avoided possibly losing his show. Now this one, I mean, it's going to continue to be like a left and right battle, because, you know, left leaning elected officials are, you know, basically saying, hey, Jimmy's being funny, he's a comedian. He, you know, and that's one thing. I do think comedians should have the unfiltered card to say whatever they want, right? I really do think I like comedians that are edgy, that is always toting that line. That's my kind of comedy. Again, what Jimmy did was, if he was at that show, right? Again, getting roasted, you have to have thick skin. You have to have thick skin. And the joke was the fact that, okay, president was grazed on the ear. Now, I'm assuming knowing some of his supporters and friends will be like, he has thick skin, and, you know, later on he'll laugh about it. You know what? I need to look, you know, my ear wasn't that pretty looking into it. You know, I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying that there's ways where you might find I'm saying Trump might say, okay, I might laugh about it in the next few years or something like that. Like, hey, I wish I was faster or something like that. I don't know. But in the world of comedy, was that accepted, or was that joke truly a harmful thing to say? Now, Mentalist, I think his name is Oz Perlman, who was the entertainment at the recent White House Correspondents Dinner. It was shared that he was no longer appearing on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I keep on saying Fallon. I apologize if I have been saying Fallon. Jimmy Kimmel Live after the White House Correspondents Dinner shooting. So, let me see if I can share this with you here. Well, I'll read you the first story. So Melania also wants ABC to fire Jimmy Kimmel, but let me is it not pulling up for me? Oh, probably not. Okay, no, here we go. So the show updated listing, the show Mentalist was swapped with Pod Save America co-host John Lovett. The move comes days after shots were fired during the White House Correspondents' Dinners, where Perlman was serving as a host. Moments before the incident unfolded, which saw 31-year-old Thomas Allen, armed with multiple weapons. That's the shooter's name, by the way, y'all, just a FYI, and charged through security checkpoint at the Washington Hilton. Pittman was performing a magic trick on Caroline Leavitt, who was sitting next to President Trump and First Lady in the ballroom. Now, they were, I don't want to read all that. I want to see Perman later releases a statement on the incident, thanking all who's checking on him. I am okay. Thank God everyone is all right. So my theory, because it's not really not explaining if the reason why he, the reason why he canceled was due to that, but I do think that the joke did not help at all. It did not help at all. And looking at my time here, going back to Melania and Donald wanting ABC to fire Jimmy Kimmel. I guess the big question is, do they have a case? Is this a strong reason to get him fired? Because Jimmy slightly he already had a warning on the last go round, so it's like, what do you do? What do you do at this point? Or it's just a sign that, hey, if ever you joke or speak against or joke on the sitting president, there are consequences that will be faced. And I mean, look, the FCC president is in strong support of Trump, and there, you don't know what can be pulled. As long story short, that's what I'm trying to explain to you all. You don't know really what can be pulled here. But before I move on, I want to make sure I have everything. Trump calls for Jimmy Kimmel to be fired over jokes before. So I'm not going to read the full. Melania called the joke hateful. So again, you guys be the judge on that. You guys be the judge on that joke. Again, was the timing bad? Was it just, it should never have been said? What's your take on it? One thing I will mention, y'all, that this incident that happened at the Washington Hilton has raised a lot of questions in regards to security. Why wasn't it could have been tighter, more secure, like it has usually have been. The reason why it was in the Washington Hilton is because the White House ballroom is under construction. A lot of people are not happy with the with the new proposal. I'll share you a clip before we end this program, because we have we're running a little low on time here. That's what happens when you're having fun talking with your friends. I over talk, and now we're running low on time. But there's been so many different clips from this event, some that are very horrific seeing, some that are very humorous seeing. Like, there was a gentleman that was literally while everybody else is ducking under their table and hiding, they're like saying duck and cover. There's one gentleman who is still eating his salad. He's just busy, like, sitting in his chair, just eating away, like no unbothered at all. And I actually shared the video on social media, and you all can read up on that clip there. And yeah, it's a trip. That's all I can say. It's a trip. But yeah, the man was like, yeah, I know they're shooting, and I know there's everybody kind of panicking right now, but I look, I done paid money for this plate. Okay, I done paid money for this plate of dinner, and yeah, that ain't gonna happen at all. Anyways, what else did I want to share with you about this? Jimmy Fallon, Fox News host. He I know he hosts a radio show on Fox News Radio, and also a weekend show. And look, Phalos, he's a comedian. He's a funny guy. He's obviously he has his comedy is more garnered to joking on the left. But hey, his jokes do hit. I will say that his jokes hit. Is I think it's quite comical. But I wouldn't, would I pay money to see? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. He is a funny guy. I will say he's a funny guy. And look, he's respected by people for the most part on both sides. But Jimmy's mic was still hot during this event, and it has circulated now on social media because he was doing like a red carpet kind of interviewing during this White House Correspondents Dinner.
I love that they have like two random chicks holding the front door open. We're not even trying anymore. It's not even like, I just mean like they're not even like Secret Service people. It's like the girls who work here are holding the door. Even if it was the guys, it wouldn't even make it better. It's like it's just like they might as well put a doorstop in. Like, they put up a doorstop and a scarecrow. They'll this guy.
And so he is caught on mic roasting the White House correspondent security before the shooting. Okay, and that's been a big, huge deal during this whole, this back and forth. Like, how the hell did this guy get past security? One person. And it wasn't like he came from he climbed from the ceiling on the roof. No, this joker just ran. He's like, zing, and he just ran like Flash. He ran through the security checkpoint, which was, again, they even said the security checkpoint was quite close to the entrance of the whole function. And again, they had this because the ballroom is being built. Ballroom that really didn't have to get tore down, by the way. It did not have to happen, but it did. And just to kind of walk you through it slightly. So as I mentioned, this happened on April 25th. It was a Saturday night at the Washington Hilton. Around 8:35, shots ring out near a security checkpoint. The suspect rushes the entrance armed with multiple weapons, a shotgun, a handgun, and knives. Okay. Secret Service immediately engages. One officer is hit, but saved by his bulletproof vest. The gunman is tackled and taken into custody before reaching the ballroom. Suspect is 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen, alleged tried to force his way through security and open fire. He was a guest in the Washington Hilton, sent disturbing messages beforehand hinting at targeting officials. Authorities say it appears to be a lone actor so far. Charges include attempted assassination of the president, weapons violation, and violent crime with firearm. On one hand, Secret Service stopped him before he reached the ballroom. No fatalities. The president and officials were unarmed. He got way too close to the room, full of the most powerful people in America. I'm talking the president, the vice, cabinet, congressional leaders. And there's videos showing everybody just, again, in panic mode. There's one person grabbing all her, look, she grabbed the wine and champagne. She's like, once again, I paid money. I'm leaving out of here. And, again, folks were quite shaken up. The thing that gets me, okay, and before I kind of give you my spiel, I will share just a brief clip of South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, okay? But all I can say is this could have been catastrophic. And the fact that we're sitting here saying it could have been worse instead of this should never happen tells you everything about where we are as a country. Security held, but just barely. And if this is the new normal for political events in America, we've got a serious, serious problem. And that's the main reason. Like, why is this happening? This makes to my knowledge, I believe the third attempt on Trump's life. Like, what is the mode? What, not the motive, but where's the root for this? Because of course you're gonna hear the right blaming Democrats, which is not that's not gonna help society. I would just be, when you start pointing your fingers at elected figures, like it's the radical left, or it's the Democrats that's the cause of all this, then the left is gonna be like, well, it's you that's causing this because your rhetoric is yada yada yada. And then you have the crazies out there saying, well, I think this was staged. Give me a break, y'all. This is not staged. This was not staged. Please stop it, because you sound more insane. I mean, there's still folks saying the first assassination was staged. Everything is staged. Everything is staged. And I'm just like, y'all, we have to do better as a country. Seriously, we really do. We really do. I got about a few short minutes left here. Let me go ahead and play this quick clip from Senator what's his name? Senator Lindsey Graham here, discussing the plans on the $400 million new ballroom, White House ballroom.
Legislation that would authorize $400 million to be spent to secure to build the presidential ballroom. Underneath, there will be a lot of military stuff. There will be a Secret Service annex. We're going to introduce legislation that would authorize $400 million to be spent to secure to build the presidential ballroom. Underneath, there will be a lot of military stuff. There will be a Secret Service annex. We're going to introduce.
So what he's sharing is that, okay, the ballroom, for Trump's liking, okay, is going to be $400 million of taxpayer money, by the way, taxpayer money, $400 million. And it's going to have some military stuff in there. It's going to be nice. It's going to be lovely. Again, this ballroom didn't have to happen. I will say Trump has been continuing to try and remodel the White House to be like another Mar-a-Lago or another Trump Towers, like the whole nasty looking gold. It looks like an old, like, just looks old. Looks like an old, I don't know, old royalty looking kind of thing. I mean, it's just not, gold's just not it no more. Don't hit no more. But Lindsey, man, I don't know how, like, Lindsey might be seeing his last times in on the Senate, because people are really getting tired of Lindsey Graham. They really are. But again, my friends, so much to discuss. We're gonna continue to talk more about this in the further shows. We're gonna bring on some great guests. Okay, I even knew some folks that were in attendance at that function, and we'll hope to get some of them on very soon. But as always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule and sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do me a huge favor, continue to support, continue to follow us. Check out our wonderful website, www.theagshow.com, if you want to contact me by way of email, or if you have a story you would like to share on the show, if you have a business that you would like to promote here on the show. We have a large following and a large platform. We're on multiple outlets, and yeah, we want to continue to do what we can to help, right? Until next time, my friends, stay blessed, stay informed, stay safe out there, and I will talk to y'all soon for another great episode, another great convo here on the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm out. Peace and blessings.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.